Still making my way along the shore of Sturgeon Bay. I'm looking for a crossover trail that'll take me into old 2-track through the wilderness, and I'll be able to find a spot to camp up in there. Probably picking up a lot of wind noise, but I'm still making my way down the beach. So I just did some scouting on foot and I found the trail that I couldn't find. So things are looking up. I wasn't far from it before. I just couldn't see it. This end of it is all overgrown. So I'm going to take that back into the tree line and head for a camping area. Just looking for a spot that's suitable for the hammock right now. I started going up that the remnants of that old trail, and I was running into the wind isn't as strong up there, and there's like a lot of mosquitoes coming out of the brush. So I decided it'd be better for me to just call it a night in here, and then I can in the morning I can make my way up that and onto the trail. There's a big feather. Sun is getting low in the sky. I quickly got camp set up just through the trees. There is Lake Michigan, and the hammock set up. I don't need a fly tonight. It's not supposed to rain. I'm going to head down to the beach with the cameras and see what I can capture. While I'm walking around in the dunes here, I keep seeing these big spiders. They like hide in holes in the sand. So I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to just sleep in the sand, but after seeing all them spiders, I changed my mind. Morning. Putting my glasses out. Wow, I slept in. I was pretty tired. I worked all night the night before I left. There's something to be said for catching up on sleep too. It is a little bit cold this morning. Shows about 52 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so maybe it got into the 40s during the night. Not real sure. I'm going to take a walk with the big camera here and see if I can see anything. Did see a lot of deer tracks. There are bear in this area too, so I don't know. We'll see if anything's walking the beach. I find these little berries all over the ground in here. I wish they were blueberries. My first morning out here in Wilderness State Park is going well. Had a good night's sleep, which was much needed, and I am ready to start the day. I'm going to get things packed up and going to have to bushwhack a little bit to get to the trail. There is an old remnant of a foot trail that I'll be trying to ride the bike down. I might have to just push it all the way, but then I'll be on what they call the Sturgeon Bay Trail, which is a 2-track, and that'll take me up near the island. Not feeling like making a breakfast today, so I think I'm just going to eat some trail mix and be on my way. This trail isn't too bad right now. This bike's no fun to get over logs. There's quite a bit of blowdown in here, so it's going to be a little hard going for a while. So this is going right through a swamp. Okay, looks like I made it to the trail. Oh, gotta retie my boots. Beautiful little stream. Still making my way down the Sturgeon Bay Trail. Oh no. Over that log and on the move again. So I made it to the Sturgeon Bay cabin, which is kind of cool. There's also a pump and a bench, a fire ring, an outhouse, and a wood supply. I'm going to check it out for a minute. It is locked. Pretty cool. It must be you run it through the state park service. I can hear Sturgeon Bay out there. It sounds quite ornery today. Anyway, I'm going to try out this well, see if I can get some water from my water bottle. Making my way down Sturgeon Bay Trail, which has turned into a gravel road. So this is the Straits of Mackinac. Way out in the middle there is a freighter, and way in the distance is the Mackinac Bridge. Trail mix for breakfast just wasn't enough today. Rules and regulations. So this is as far as I can go with a bike. I'm not real thrilled about that. This barren, windswept area makes me think of a tundra. Things are not going according to plan. My plan was to be able to ride over to the Sheboygan State Park and camp there for the night. And I just found out that Sheboygan State Park has some work being done and they are closed for camping. So since I can't camp there for the night, it changes things up. So I have to head south early and then cut across. And unfortunately, the trail that goes that way is closed for the season. So I have to head back almost to where I started from in the wilderness area on the trail that I'm on now. Anyway, trying to figure it out right now as I ride, but got quite a few miles to go in some beautiful country, so I'm going to enjoy it. So this is saying for me to get out of here, I have to take that trail. baby. Come on, heavy bike. Get up the hill. Checked the rules for the state park, and it said no riding mountain bikes on the single track. But the mapping, Google Map, for the bike route routed me this way. So I'm walking my bike, which I don't really have a choice anyway because this is so super technical in here. It's just really tight, steep transitions. So for me right now, it's hike a bike time. I just hope I don't have to do it for too many miles because it's slow going. Another bridge. I'm not riding across this one, but this one's too high risk if I fall. It looks almost like quicksand. I don't need to be covered with mud the rest of the day. Holy cow. I wish I could ride them, but I can't risk it. This bike's too heavy. If I go over, it's not going to end well. So I guess I'm pushing it. This has proven to be the most demanding mountain biking I've ever done. It is just constant work. I'm always in low gear. And it's just constant transitions. Little punchy up hills, little steep descents, back up, in and out of roots and tight trees. Quite the switchback here. Yeah, I don't think anyone would deliberately ride this trail on a loaded pack bike. I am finally off that section of the North Country Trail, and I am very relieved because that was all work and no play. Still trying to come up with a contingency plan now that my original bike packing plans got messed up. Still want to make it over into elk country. Just might have to go about it a little bit different way. This is pretty cool. I just made it to what they call Little Akiak River, and it's just some big springs that come right out of the ground. So a little teeny waterfall here, but it's there's like 3 or 4 big springs that come out of the ground right here and form this branch of the Akiak River. I definitely want to explore this a little bit more, but the sun is setting and I don't have camp set up yet. Definitely one of the first things I have to do is get some water. This water should be really good. I'm going to run it through the filter anyway, but I feel somewhat dehydrated from today's ride, so really looking forward to having some fresh water. Good morning. This is my view out of the hammock. The sun is trying to welcome me to the day. but I don't feel like getting up yet. The sun is peeking through the trees and I am finally up. Let me show you my camp. I have some explaining to do. So I'm out here in the state forest. I'm on a ridge overlooking a small creek. But look at this. Why do I have my Jeep? And why is my bike on the Jeep? So yesterday ended up being somewhat of a disaster as I went to leave the Wilderness State Park. But I found out the Sheboygan State Park campground was closed. And I said, well, that's fine because I'm just going to backcountry camp. And then I found out that the state of Michigan does not allow backcountry camping in a state park. It does on state land, but not in a state park. To make a long story short, I ended up going so far south that I just decided to go back and get the Jeep and relocate it. And instead of doing the big loop I was going to do, make it be where I did 2 smaller loops on my bike packing trip. So now we are over in the Black Mountain State Forest, and I'll be doing a loop, checking out Akiak Falls and looking for some elk up in the Pigeon River forest elk country area. So that's the new plan. 2-part bike packing trip. I won't be riding quite as many miles, but I still get to camp in the forest. So I'm at Akiak Falls on the Akiak River, and this is the only set of recognized waterfalls in the Lower Peninsula. There's other little waterfalls I've been to, but they don't officially call them waterfalls. So this is an official waterfall. Wow. Not very sweet at all. Those are not good wild grapes. A few years ago when I was in here, it was a little bit later in the year, and there were salmon moving up the river. And I was able to get a few videos of them, but I didn't see any in the river today. These are called autumn olive. They're kind of tart, but they're good. But they're an invasive species. Largemouth bass. That was not a trout. Trying to see if I can catch a trout before dark. Hopefully have a late trout dinner. Temperature's dropping like crazy. It's getting pretty cold out here. The sun is setting and I still haven't caught a keeper fish. So I'm going to make my way back to camp and call it a night. Well, I stopped to do a little fishing on the Pigeon River. I'm seeing a few trout chase my lure sometimes, but they're just not biting. I don't know if the weather's got anything to do with it. It's like 80 degrees, sun's beating down into the streams, so fish seem a little bit lazy today, or maybe they just don't like what I'm throwing to them. But anyway, I'm going to move on. You wouldn't think it'd be that difficult navigating these forest roads, but I just made a mistake. There's a fork at the bottom of this one I'm climbing right now. I saw that the one I was supposed to be on was going to be crossing some creeks, and when I started climbing a pretty steep hill again, I figured I was on something that wasn't right, and I was on the wrong one. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Except for bears. Bears will kill me. Just stopped and checked out another one of those fields that are supposed to be elk viewing areas. I think they're actually old farms or something. There's lots of little berry trees and stuff around. But didn't see any elk. I tried. I have made it back to where I had the Jeep parked, and the bike is loaded on, and I am ready to head out. Well, the bike packing trip didn't go quite the way I had hoped it would, but I got to spend a few nights in the woods. I got to see some beautiful country. I learned a few things about Michigan's state land laws, and so I'll have to keep them in mind from now on when I plan adventures here in Michigan. But all in all, it was an adventure. Still had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.